Learning from multiple players is better than one. I glimpsed at it for a little minute and I realized I didn't cover everything that I wanted to cover in it. So say for example BrianF, right? He's a very intellectual player. He knows exactly what he's talking about. You can ask him anything, he'll break it down for you. You shouldn't always go to just one player for everything, right? It's good to get multiple answers from different players. So say for example, you're a Balrog player and you're struggling against Urien, right? You go to BrianF and you be like, Brian, how do you approach the Urien matchup? He tell you, well, in this situation, I like to do X, Y, Z, but Smug, me, Batoja, Chow, we may give you a different answer that you can always consider. At the snap of my fingers, right? My editor, he loves me. Ain't that right, editor? We're gonna transition over to training mode, all right? You ready? Wait, it's not giving me that pop that I want. So boom, you have a question and your question is, what is the best punish for a light straight that isn't spaced correctly? I like to do standing jabbing and the light screw smash. Why? Because it does 120 damage, it causes a knockdown. That's the type of situation I would want. Now if you go to Smug or somebody else and you ask them the same question, they might tell you, I prefer to do standing jab and the light straight. Why? Because it's +2 on restance and it leaves you at another guess for game, right? So you could get a 3-frame. So that's not a bad answer either. Now keep in mind, this is without meter. This is a meterless punish that I'm telling you that I would do. Now of course if you had meter, this is the optimal route that I'm pretty sure any Balrog player would tell you, is that you want to do standing jab into EX straight, V-skill turn punch, 3-frame target combo. That's just a quick rundown on general punishes, and another thing that you can also take into consideration is actually how they approach each matchup. So for the second half of this video, I actually want to watch Smug and Brian fight the same character, but just pay attention to how they approach the matchup, because every player doesn't play the same matchup the same. We're going to watch him fight Ryu, and then we're going to try and find out a match where Smug fights Ryu. And we're just going to compare and contrast why it's good to learn from two different players. So BrianF, slow and steady, moving in, standing fierce range, good pokes. Oh, real good counter hit off the crouching medium. Alright, good defense, not exposing his legs to a low forward. Moving in and out, good reaction to the fireball. Oh, good punish on the neutral jump. Oh, got called the forward fierce. He got the activations. Alright, good V reversal to slow down that stun. So two situations to take note to, right? He's high on stun, he's one hit from getting stunned, but he's also not in the life lead. So the best route right here was the V reversal. Why? Because it was going to drop the stun. It was going to get him off of applying pressure. And it was also going to give him another chance to rethink his game plan versus holding on the V trigger and hoping to guess right and not get hit one more time. So the V reversal was actually very optimal right here. All right, good pokes with the crouching medium and the standing fierce. Keeping him at light straight range. Alright, caught the activation. So even though he doesn't have the life lead, he's trying his best to really maintain spacing. That's the thing as a Balrog player, you always want to maintain that light straight range. Even though you can't willingly throw it against Ryu because of standing light kick, but maintaining that proper spacing is where you always want to keep this character at. You'll be able to react to fireball and poke with your standing fierce. Alright, good roundhouse into the EX dash low to catch the up back. Alright. Oh, good buffer. Alright. Alright. That's like the second or third time Brian then tried to dash in on him, but he caught. Oh, fourth time. Alright. Alright. Oh my god, the ultimate shutdown on why you cannot dash at me. Alright, so we're not going to watch the whole video, but pretty much that was good space control by Ryu and Brian. They both maintained the proper spacing. It's just that Brian took too many chances at trying to dash in. So let's go ahead and see how Smug approaches this matchup. I think overall Smug plays a little bit more solid. He won't dash as often compared to Brian. That I do know for a fact. Okay, never mind. He starts the fight off with 2 dashes. Okay, never mind. I'll take it back. Alright, so as we can clearly see already, Smug is making more use with standing jab. I mean crouching jab, my bad. Alright, raw overhead. Alright, good. Caught him with that. Time to guess. Oh, you tried the command grab? That was a little bit too early. At least in my opinion, I wouldn't have done command grab that fast. But we caught another whiff with the low forward into the target combo V-trigger. I feel like Brian plays Balrog more outside of charge. And I don't know, like they both have a unique way of playing the character. But Smug definitely utilizes crouching jab more. Alright, he tried the raw V-skill cancel in front of his face like that. He tried to walk up grab, caught another target combo to activation. Alright, good counter hit confirm off the crouching medium. Smug likes to do raw V skills. That's pretty interesting. I be wanting to do that sometimes, but I be like, man. Smug just walking him down like. Well, both Brian and Smug understand that Ryu do have standing light kicks, so we can't throw regular straights as often. Alright, so not to watch the whole video. So it's good to have a key player that you look at, right? It's good to have a key player that you look at, but don't be afraid to widen your choices when it comes down to looking for advice on like certain matchups and certain possible outcomes for how people deal with certain things, because every player doesn't approach the matchup the same, even though the character itself has a general game plan for how the matchup should be played, right? For me, I look to 3 people, you, my best friend, and Carrington. Yeah, you know, like it's good to get opinion from me. Ask the same question to your best friend, see what he say, and then ask Carrington, then he see what he say. I'm pretty sure we'll all tell you something different. So that's why learning from different players is better than just having one. It's obvious there's always going to be one person that's strong with, like, Punk's the best Karen, Brian Smug, best Balrog, Nakali, we got Rama, Jury, we got Kel, like so on and so on, but don't just stick to just them. Underdog, somebody who you may not even think got the tech, might know something that the best player don't know. Like, keep that in mind. Like, these underdogs that people be sleeping on, they be the ones that be in the lab finding all the dirt that the pros probably just sleeping on. I'm talking about snoozing. Complete snooze mode. They overlooking it. They think it ain't that important. Boom! It's obvious if you made it to this part of the video, you may have not noticed that this is a new scene. Anywho, definitely consider checking this video out right here as to why this is the best beginner guide for most new players or anybody that's willing to learn the game. These 2 videos will definitely integrate with each other, and you will actually see what I'm talking about if you go ahead and click it.